Ohio gozaimasu, and welcome to this edition of the Artist Abstract. Thanks for tuning in again. This is our third episode, day 89 of our countdown to Tokyo out of 100. And with that comes progress on weight loss, planning the trip, and learning Japanese. So, weight loss thing, I can say that I've lost a pound, not a whole lot, but we're making gains, we're making progress. So, progress is progress. This coming week, I plan on kicking it up a notch. I am going to be going to the gym in the mornings. I am taking care of my brother's dog, and since we have to get up early anyway to go for a walk, I figured why not go to the gym? So we're going to go to the gym at like 5 in the morning. Huzzah! Not that I really want to, but then we're going to try to do two a days and probably go after work since it's on my way home from work. So we'll see where that takes us. Um, so with planning the trip, I've been working on printing maps and more maps and even more maps because the thing of it is with such a limited amount of time, I want to make sure that we get the best for everything. I've split the trip up. Well, Tokyo, we're going to be there for 3 full days. And my idea is that we'll take the first day, we're definitely going to go over to the Starbucks Reserve, and then we're going to go back, but then we're going to take the train, the Yamato line, all the way up to Ueno Station and check it out, and then kind of zigzag our way by walking down all the way to Ginza. Epic walk, for sure, especially when you consider all the things that I want to do in Akihabara. And then we're going to go down to Tokyo Station where we're going to get our tickets for the Shinkansen so that we can leave for Kyoto and Osaka later on in the journey. But then we're going to go down to Ginza and experience one of my favorite towns or areas. I used to stay in there when they had this really cool capsule hotel, but since then they shut it down, and the Nakajima capsule building was finally tore down, which was sad. I loved seeing that. I know that it was a favorite of many people in Japan and many YouTubers. So we'll probably go, and I want to do this cool video where I hold or take a picture where I hold a picture of it up next to where it was, kind of like they do with the historical pictures. So I think that'll be fun. The second day, we're going to go all the way up to Shinjuku and then kind of zigzag our way back down through the Yogi Park. And then we're going to come out through not Akihabara, Harajuku. So we'll go through the park and see the really cool torii gates and then go, like I said, the Harajuku and then come back down. If we have time, we're gonna shoot across over to Namiko Broadway, which is a fantastic Broadway store. I remember finding it randomly when I was there, and it was overwhelming. All the stuff and novelty that you can buy. It's like Akihabara compacted into one store with like 6, 7 floors and like just row after row and department window of stuff. So I got to save more money for this stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna do that trip, and then like the third day or the last day, we're gonna stay in Akihabara, so that we can do our shopping at the Mega Don Quixote and a few other stores and any place else randomly. One of the things I want to do on that first day, I know this is really pushing it. A couple of things I want to do on that first day is I want to go to Tokyo Tower in the evening and get matcha ice cream with the team. And I want to go to Ginza to this restaurant that was highlighted by one of my YouTube friends. It depicts this place where you can get sake on tap out of the wall, much as you want for what hour and a half. You can actually pay for more, just a half an hour more. So I think that'd be really cool. So I want to do that. Another thing that I want to do is I really want to see the bridges that kind of date back to the I guess Edo period, 1700s, maybe not the Edo period, but like there's some of the oldest ruins of Tokyo. I heard I'll have to check into that, but still definitely something I need to see. So then for Tokyo and Kyoto, I definitely have a mindset of what I want to get done in Kyoto. There's a few places in between Kyoto and Osaka I want to see too. So I haven't quite worked out the details on luggage and where we're going to put it and how we're going to store it so we can go shopping at the midway marks. Osaka, I've never been there before, but we're definitely going to get our picture taken with the Glicker Man, and we're definitely going to go see. I still can't think of the name of it, but it's the famous canal, where everybody. Dotonbori. Yes, there it is, Dotonbori. And we're going to go see that in America Town and some of the other really cool things that Osaka has to offer. So that's for the trip. I've been doing some art, and I'm going to show you a segment of it here later on the prints that I did. I did a picture, and then I made a couple prints. I never sell my originals. I just make prints of my paintings or drawings or whatever and sell them. Idea of it is to keep art affordable. So if someone really likes it, then they can afford it, and it's not thousands of dollars. Although I have sold a few $1,000 pieces before, but I want people to be able to enjoy it and be, rewarded. Not rewarded like rewarded, but like it's kind of like that conversation that feeds the soul, so to speak. But yeah, so I do drawings. I'm working on a website. I've been working on this YouTube channel. I did go ahead and purchase Epidemic Sound. No, they're not sponsoring this. Hopefully someday they will. But a lot of YouTubers use it. They recommend it on it. They get sponsored by it, and so you know what? I'm just gonna take a chance with it. I do like what I saw so far. I'm super excited to ramp up my episodes to the next level. I think that even though this is the third one, they've gotten astronomically better, even though there's just two before, considering that I have no idea what I'm doing. And then when you're trying to use Adobe Premiere Pro, again, not sponsored, I just use the stuff that I like. Mac is one of the things I like using because that's just who I am. I like using Adobe. That's just who I am. It's just my personal preferences on that. So I'm excited to get my hands on the Epidemic Sound and see what I can come up with. I've got a lot of B footage, a lot of stock footage, a lot of A-roll that I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. And to be honest with you, I have been trying to work on this for a very long time. And you know what? One of the YouTubers gave me the advice of just jump into it. So, in the back of my mind, I bought like Epidemic Sound, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm not that good yet. And I'm like, no, you just keep going with it. You just keep throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and you'll see what happens. And so we're gonna just keep going with it because the goal is to have this on point. So when I go to Japan, I'll be able to create the best videos, the greatest experiences and happenings, and capture them to be able to share them, because it's because of the YouTubers before me that has inspired me to put my story out there and tell it. Because I come from that generation where you had the rotary phones and you picked them up, and if you wanted to hear about someplace cool or you wanted to experience something neat, most often we had a special guest speaker come to the classroom, or we had a nature video or a video that highlighted something that we were studying about. But now you just pick up your phone and you get on it and you get on YouTube and you're like, whoa, this is cool stuff. It made the world that much smaller. And I mean, the things that I've been able to do, like the repairs I've made on my car, the advice that I got, how to solve problems, with homework, and just really there is nothing you cannot not do with YouTube. So again, not sponsored, but I'm just telling you that life is going in a direction with media and social media, and you just got to jump on the bandwagon with it and let the kind of wave, surf the wave of it. So, one of the things that I came across in my studies of comic books was this really cool. It's a three-set book or series. It's by Scott McCloud, and he talks about comics. And I never dawned on me that like when you talk about the iconic ones like Garfield or the Peanuts, or I really like that dog Pooch Cafe. And I guess I never thought about how you move from one to the next, or even in comic books, how you move from one cell to the next cell. He talks about it in here about action to action and like aspect to aspect, ideas. And I really like the aspect to aspect idea, but all of them are great and all of them articulate how you can go from one scene to the next scene. Because when people do make movies and videos, often they storyboard the idea. And it's like, well, how do I jump from this shot to this shot and tell that story convincingly? So I'm going to dive into that again, reread those books, and see what I can't take from it, and to make my YouTube channel better and just my portrayal of story better. I know that there's that formula of the conflict, the rise of the arc, resolution, and so forth. So, but again, there's so much to all of this that it's hard to keep it all track. I mean, Adobe Premiere Pro is incredibly complicated and incredibly awesome once you harness it. Epidemic Sound looks incredibly awesome. It's like Excel. I love Excel. And once you learn how, again, not sponsored with Excel, but once you learn how to use Excel, there is nothing you can't do in a spreadsheet. So there's that. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna show you some of my really cool painting prints I've done. So we'll check those out. Okay, so let's take a look at those prints. So in art, like I was saying or I've said before, there are some things I can see in life and I'm like, yeah, I can draw that, or yeah, I can paint that. These are two pictures that I saw and I was like, yes, I totally need to draw those because they're awesome. So this is a friend of mine and she let me draw the pictures. And so without further ado, let me show you those pieces. So here is the first one. Yeah, a little kind of a bad reflection, but yeah. So that's one of them that I have done. And I'll show you the other one. This is the other one I did. So the medium I used originally was charcoal and graphite, and the real ones are huge. That's one of the problems I have with art is finding a place to display them because often it's so huge and so big that it just doesn't make sense to display them unless I'm having like a really huge mega show. But then the problem is trying to find a place that isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg yet again to do that. So I'm glad that you got to see it. This background is actually done by a fellow friend artist from Istanbul. They do a lot of great work. I collect a lot of their art. So stay tuned for some more great artworks and more stories about my friends' art and art from my Istanbul. So I will see you next time. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Artist Abstract. I enjoy you being here and I look forward to talking to you more and planning the trip and showing you the results in a week. So, without further ado, I will let you go. Have a good day, a good night, whatever time zone it's in for you. Bye-bye.